Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. In this particular stream, video, whatever you want to say, we're going to be reacting to Bayern Munich's 2024-25 Bundesliga fixtures. I do have Ahmad in here. We will bring him in here eventually. Just for now, though, I want to quickly just go through them, give my opinion, and then we'll get Ahmad in here as well. And obviously, big up to Ahmad, as always. But yeah, make sure to smash the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, check out the socials above as always. Big up Bernie as always. And yeah, man, hopefully you guys are all doing well. It's crazy. And it has been crazy here on the Bayern View recently. So generally, thank you. I actually mean that, not trying to be soppy or anything like that, but I mean it. You know, the Polina news, that video's done amazing. Unfortunately, the delete video's done amazing. And I say unfortunately because obviously, cool, if you're looking at it from views, it's done amazing, but it's talking about a player that we don't want to go, that is going. So, yeah, that sucks ass. But other than that, thank you to for the constant support. Now let's get into it. So straight up, first thing I need to do is Bosch, colour me big mouth. And then Bosch. Right. So this is what I've got. As you can see, I actually need to move that because you can't see the damn thing. Let's just go with off. So this is what I've got, my people. So if you see this little team, this is basically the team that I'm thinking we're going to have. I'll put it full screen in a minute. This is the team that I'm thinking we're going to have. So obviously, Manuel Neuer, Stanisic right back, Jonathan Tah with Kim Min-jae, Ito playing left back. Obviously, Alphonso Davies could be there. Obviously, Pavlovic and Polina, Olasey, Simmons, and Jamal Musiala, and then Harry Kane. Obviously, you could have Thomas Müller in there. You could have Leroy Sané in there, so on and so forth. We can talk about that in general. Big up, man. How you doing? Welcome in. So yeah, this is obviously the fixtures. Actually, just realizing as well that my Bayern View logo actually is in the damn way as well. So let's just get rid of that for now. But yeah, this is the fixtures. And again, this team just below me is what I'm thinking the Bayern team is going to look like. But yeah, go straight into it. Obviously, the first game of the season is going to be Wolfsburg. Now, they don't have obviously the best squad or anything like that, but it's going to obviously be an interesting game. It's going to be the first game. Obviously, we're going to have pre-season games, but they don't really mean much. They're just a temperature for or a game, for instance, to analyze for company to see if, for instance, Matthias Tower is good enough for him, or this or that, so on and so forth. So, yeah, they don't really mean much, even though I am going to the Tottenham one, and there will be a match day vlog coming for you guys without a doubt. I'm in with the Bayern fans, and I cannot wait. But yeah. Next game after that is what the hell is that badge? I can't even figure what that badge is. That's mad. I want to say it's Frankfurt, but I might be wrong. How do I not know what the badge is? That is absolutely disgusting. To be honest, how I don't know what that is. That generally has hit me. Freiburg is what it is. Okay, there we go. Freiburg. I don't know why I was thinking Frankfurt, but whatever. That's just me being an idiot. So yeah, we got Freiburg. Always a tricky game against them. And then after that game, we have a newcomer, if you want to say. And I have no clue how to say it. Is it Hosselin Kill or something like that? I believe they're one of the teams that come up into our league. And if you don't understand why they're different colours, not the badges, the thingy, if you look on the side just by where my fat face is, you see the red square is home, and then the browner one is away. So obviously the first game is away, then home, then away, so on and so forth. Then we go in after against Werder Bremen. Again, should be okay. And I'm hoping by then all of the deals are done, you know, we could talk about it in a little bit, but Polinia, for instance, should be signed by then. Obviously, Olasey is going to be done this weekend. And then, go on to Xavi Simons. Is there going to be outs? Like this whole thing of we have 200 million to spend and all of this crap. Like we still need players out, de Ligt, for instance, Kimmich, for instance, Alphonso Davies, if he goes, various other players, if they go. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, obviously the main attraction after that is going to be the current Bundesliga champions. Don't like saying that, but it's true. In Bayer Leverkusen at home. And that's going to be big. That's going to be a ginormous game. Obviously, for all of these games, every single one of these games, we will be here on the Bayern View watching them. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, we go from there, and then we go into Frankfurt. Liam's not actually getting his logos mixed up anymore, idiot. Which is going to be an interesting game to come off of a win, a loss, or a draw. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that Leverkusen game to then push on, if that makes any sense. And then after that, we got Stuttgart, which I don't really know what to say on Stuttgart anymore, to be honest with you, because obviously they come third and all, but at the same time, I feel like their squad's getting so ripped apart. Ito, Goesi, so on and so forth. It's going to be interesting, to be honest. And then after that, we got Bochum. And then we go on a little run, for instance. Now, this is going to sound disrespectful. I don't mean it to sound disrespectful, but after the Leverkusen game, we've got a couple difficult games in Frankfurt and Stuttgart. And then we should go on a couple of games run until we get to Dortmund. So we've got Bochum, Union Berlin. Again, that is a new club, isn't it? It's St. Pauli, I believe is how you say it. Again, if I butchered it, my bad. And then we got Augsburg, then Borussia Dortmund away. Interesting that we've actually got them away first. I believe last season we had them home and then away. I think I'm right by saying that. I might be wrong. But yeah, so we got a 4-game basis, if you want to say, to get a little run going. And then Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, that's going to be a difficult one. I don't know what Sahin's going to do with them. Obviously, he's a club legend and everything. So, yeah, let's see what they're going to do. And then after that, we play Heidenheim. Then we play Mainz, Leipzig, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and then after them we play Hoffenheim. It's going to be an interesting one. Those last three of 15, 16, and 17. Let me get rid of the banner a minute. 15, 16, and 17. You can see there. They're interesting, and I say they're interesting because, like, out of both of those, out of those three, I can't speak. 2 of them are home games. It's interesting. Obviously, the Champions League will be mixed in here so some of these dates could change, and obviously, I think that's why underneath they've got certain dates that they could be. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and that would be the first half of the season, if you want to say. Ahmad is patiently waiting. Don't worry, bro. I'll get you in a minute. So yeah, that is the first half of the season. Then we go to the second half, which is basically the same thing. If you look at the first, it's mirrored. But obviously, the home and away can change. So then we've got Wolfsburg again. And then, it's basically the same thing. Like I said, Freiburg, the new team, so on and so forth. It's difficult, though, because at some point I'm hoping Bayern Munich are obviously going to play fantastic. We're going to go win the league. It would be cool. Blah blah blah. Anyone can say anything. I mean, especially with this team down below me. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So again, that's the first half of the season. That's the second half of the season. I'm hoping by the time we get to the 30th one, hashtag 30 if you see it, which is an away game against Heidenheim, we are champions. It would be nice to get it by the Union Berlin, number 26. That would be nice, but I don't really want to be going to play for it if it's Borussia Dortmund, if it's Leipzig, if it's Leverkusen again, or if it's a surprise. I don't really want to be going into this 31st game against Mainz trying to be the champions, because if that's the case, then you've got a hard run of Leipzig. Then you've got Borussia Mönchengladbach, which are always a pain in the ass for us, and then Hoffenheim. So Hoffenheim obviously being the last game of the season, and also that Borussia Mönchengladbach game would be the title celebration where we lift the trophy. So that's going to be interesting as well, because they normally do that at home. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Right, let's bring Ahmad in here. Let me change back to the first one. Let's go Bosch. Add him in. Right. Big up, Ahmad. How you doing, my bro?
Big up, chat. Big up, Liam. But I'm doing fine. I mean, as you know, I already addressed this, but for me, the schedule looking pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think in some part of the schedule, we kind of got stiffed up. You look at the Leverkusen game, from there till the Stuttgart game. In the beginning, two of them are the home ones, but then you look at the second half of the season, where you have to start getting consistent. Two of them are going to become away, right? Same thing for the final games, as you mentioned. You want us to, we should be securing the title early, but we know that's not going to happen against Bayern Leverkusen. But again, we should be, because then we have to deal with RB Leipzig away. Then we have to deal with Borussia Mönchengladbach. And you just said stuff, even though for some reason, even though we lost the league, we beat them twice, weirdly enough. And then Hoffenheim away, which we know what happened last season when we played Hoffenheim away. That was fun. Thank God I didn't care too much about that game. But listen, at the end of the day, I feel like there are going to be stretch of games that we need to take care of. But my main concern are the games that are like stretching to three games, like stretch. That those ones are going to be the ones where like there's two laps of it. There's Leverkusen, Frankfurt, and Stuttgart, and then there is the Leipzig, Gladbach, and Hoffenheim. Those games I feel like are going to be the laps of games that we need to be mostly focused on once we get there, because those are going to be the games where we're going to be put on the ropes. And by the way, another thing, who knows what happens in Champions League football as well, or DFB Pokal, midweek. Maybe that's going to affect our stretch of games with either the Leverkusen, we don't know, or maybe affects it with the Borussia Dortmund. Again, we don't know. So again, this is why it's up to us to be performing well throughout the season. No excuses. And the game against Leverkusen, I feel like, is going to be, and I mean the one in the beginning, is going to be important in a sense that we prevent Leverkusen in building momentum. I feel like that game, if we don't get a result, they're going to try to build momentum. Are they going to go unbeaten? No, I don't think they'll go unbeaten. I think it's impossible to do that 2 seasons in a row. But I do think that they'll still get some sort of a momentum going. Doesn't change that fact. So, listen, let's see what happens, man. But I like what's going on in the window. Well, majority of the things. There's one thing I really don't like. We all know what that is. So, yeah, let the season begin, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I said at the start of the stream, the ligt video we did, it's done really well on views. If you care about that, I really don't, but in general, but it's just typical that it does well because we're losing them, and it's a pain in the ass. Don't worry, chat. We'll come.
By the way, the price that we're selling them on, typical Bayern. Can we just say that, guys? Typical Bayern selling, pathetic. But anyway, just wanted to say that quickly. You can move on now, bro.
What do you think on obviously you mentioned let me go back to this. You mentioned obviously the 5th, 6th, and 7th game being a little bit of a bad run, if you want to say, it's not the easiest. And then the 15th, 16th, and 17th, obviously not the easiest. It's annoying as well that from the 7th to the 15th, realistically, we should be winning every single game. We know in football, we're not idiots. In football, shit can happen. And we'll probably get a draw in there somewhere, or we'll lose in there somewhere, or some bullshit will happen. Mm-hmm. But it's just typical that Borussia Dortmund are in the mix in that particular spot. You know what I mean? You'd think, from 5, 6, and 7, maybe a Borussia Dortmund might be in there. And then from 15 to 17, maybe they'll be in there, but they're not, which is hella annoying. But yeah, what do you think on Borussia Dortmund just being, in that mix, if that makes any sense?
I think Borussia Dortmund, regardless, is going to be tough. again, there's this weird thing. I don't know if any of you guys know this. Every single season, right before we have a massive game in the knockout stages, we have to play Borussia Dortmund every single time. So it's like it doesn't matter where they are. They're always. I feel like they're that type of team that we're always gonna get within the mix of having rough games, whether it's because of the Bundesliga schedule or the mix of the two Bundesliga and Champions League or Pokal schedule. So listen, again, it's up to us to take care of business because regardless them and what our form is when we get there, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping by the 31st game or even the 26th game, we should be champions by then. Obviously, that's the hope. We were shit this season, just gone. Obviously, what's going to happen with the DFB Pokal? Are we going to go far in that with company? Are we going to lose it? Will Leverkusen retain it? We don't know, obviously, and that's obviously to be seen. And hopefully, Bayern are going to have a fantastic season. But in saying that, I hope that the DFB Pokal and the Champions League, especially the new Champions League system, doesn't mess us up in the league. Some of these clubs, for instance, aren't in the Champions League. So they're going to be gunning for it. Especially, like, I know that our name right now isn't the champion's name, if you want to say, but we are the biggest club of all time. And when some of these clubs, especially the new promoted clubs, go against us, us Bayern fans will see it as, we should be beating them easily. But their fans and their club as a whole are going to be like, we could beat these. Let's try. They've got midweek games, Champions League games, this and that, so on and so forth. They've got that. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, what do you make of Borussia Dortmund coming forward? And I say that because, again, let me go back to the brand. Where is it? Obviously, like I said, they're in the bloody way. From 5 to 6, not 5 to 6, 5 to 7, and then 15 to 17, like we just said, they're in the way. And with Sahin now coming in, obviously they have a manager left. Do you see Dortmund being a pain in the ass?
I don't know what Dortmund's schedule is, but again, looking at what they're doing in their own transfer window, they're getting Gulassi in. I don't know if you know that. Although I find it weird they're getting rid of Füllkrug as well for Stuttgart, which is odd again. But generally speaking, I think Borussia Dortmund is going to be a dangerous side. But I'm just glad that they're not in that like 3-4 game in a row stretch. But then again, we could be playing Dortmund and we could be playing, let's say, for example, a Real Madrid. I'm going to give you an example of a name.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's not, we're playing them the next game, we're playing them in like the third game after, whatever, if you know what I mean. Like we're always going to get Dortmund and then some big team or some mid-team, then big team. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. And that's why with me, no matter where Dortmund are in the second half of the season, I always consider like Dortmund like being a tough game. Obviously because it's their Klassiker and they're going to have a go at it. Well, even though Dortmund sometimes don't give a go, which is weird. But again, now this version of Dortmund, I know Sahin, we don't know much of him, but the players that they have, I won't be shocked if they do something. That Champions League final should be like a booster for them as well. We've seen, for example, I'll give you an example. Inter Milan, when they went to the Champions League final the previous season, the following one, last season, what did they do? They ended up going for the Serie A. It's like a motivational boost. And this is why I'm a bit concerned with Borussia Dortmund. But again, I'm just glad that they're not in like that stretch of games that the Leverkusen and the Frankfurt and the Stuttgart are on, or the Leipzig and the Gladbach and the Hoffenheim are. Because I'm telling you, those stretch of games are what concerns me more than the Dortmund one. But the Dortmund one, I have a feeling they're going to put it like somewhere. Well, they're not going to put it, but you're going to get a Champions League draw, and it's going to be in the. Well, what's the date of the second half of the season version of the Dortmund game? April, right? Ah, see, you see what I mean? 11 to 13 April. So it could be before or after those games. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, bro. You know what I mean? Easy. It's either going to be the Dortmund or the Augsburg game that's before the Champions League. And if not, after. So this is, I'm telling you, we need to watch it. What the hell happened? Why did it go back?
Definitely did not mean to do that. My bad.
Oh, with you. I thought it was me. I was like, well, I didn't touch anything.
No, my bad. I clicked the wrong thing. I went to click unmute instead. I clicked hide. But yeah. While you were talking about Dortmund, though, and you made a great point, I've just checked out Dortmund's matches. Yeah, you think we got stiffed, bro? What? Look at this shit, then. Share this instead. Look at this shit. So they have Leipzig, Mainz, Freiburg, Bayern, Mönchengladbach, and Hoffenheim. That is mad.
Wait. Where's the first game? Oh, wait. Where's the first one?
The 30th of November.
30th of November. Oh, so we got Bayern, Gladbach, Hoffenheim. Oh my God. Oh, Freiburg beforehand. Yo, that's low key. Hey, listen, if Mainz have a good season, then I hear you, bro. From Augsburg all the way down, I hear you. If these teams actually perform well, then it may look tough for Dortmund.
Yeah, it looks like Dortmund have been absolutely stiffed.
But you know what? Dortmund have harder than us, to be fair. But the thing is, for them, it's all in one. For us, it's like in two lapses. You know? Yeah. At least we get rest. They're probably going to have a little rest in the beginning, and then towards the end,
I've got Leverkusen's as well. Let's share this. So this is Leverkusen. So obviously at the top, you can see Bayern. They've got an okay run. You know, they've got some interesting games.
I think Leverkusen are chilling. They're going to have like little breaks, but then they're going to have these like 1-2 games. Bro, I think Leverkusen got the best schedule out of all us three. I think Bayern Leverkusen got it our best. 100%. Let's see Leipzig's.
Where's Bayern?
Towards the end. Or towards the end.
Okay, so they've got Freiburg, Dortmund, Mönchengladbach, Hoffenheim, Wolfsburg. Then obviously the new boys, Frankfurt, and then us.
I think theirs is as tough as ours. I think Dortmund is the toughest. I think Leverkusen got the easiest still. Because if you look at it here, you got obviously Leipzig, Freiburg, you got Leipzig, Dortmund, you got Borussia Mönchengladbach, and you have that's 4 tough games. Then you have Wolfsburg, Hostile Kiel, and those are 2 games that they should take care of business. Then you got Frankfurt and us. You know what I mean? So instead of like having 3 games and 2 laps, they got 4 and then 2. So it's kind of as tough. You know what I mean? It's just they have to deal with 4 in a row. And also their games, I believe 2 of them are away. Yeah, 2 of them are away. 2 of them away, 2 of them home.
Interesting, man. I love the way what's it? Bayer Leverkusen got good ones, man. That's fucking annoying. Right, let's go through the chat. Sorry for eating, people. I was fucking hungry. My bad. Big up, like I said. How are you doing? We will go through all the comments. I'll go back up in a minute. I just want to talk about Bayern for now. I will watch the Leverkusen versus Bayern match only in the Bundesliga. Okay, that's fair enough. So the 5th game, that's fair enough. We are getting cooked. Match day 1. We are getting cooked. Match day 1. You think we're going to lose to Wolfsburg? Interesting. Borussia Dortmund and Leipzig will finish 4th and 5th. The defense needs work. It looks quite poor. Yeah. I could see that. Obviously, we haven't signed Tar yet. We haven't signed Simmons. Obviously, the Polina deal is basically done. We're just waiting for it because he's currently playing with Portugal. Olise should be done this weekend. So, yeah, I do agree. When you look at that lineup, if you put Joshua Kimmich in there, it upgrades it. If you put in Alphonso Davies, it should upgrade it. You know, De Ligt is obviously a major one where you think, crap, why is he not in the team? We need Kim Min-jae to have a wonderful season. If he doesn't, that's going to hurt our season. It really is. And I was thinking about this, you know, obviously I've got Ito at left back, but the likelihood of him playing there is slim, especially if Davies doesn't leave. Because if he doesn't leave, he's going to run down his deal. So we will play him this season, and Company's going to play him this season, without a doubt. He's going to be a major entity for him. But the problem is, like, if you actually deep it, we've got Kim Min-jae, Ito, Tar, and Eric Dyer as our centre backs. We need another centre back. Badly need another centre back, like a quality one as well. So it's going to be interesting. And this is why I don't understand why they're getting rid of De Ligt. You know, get rid of Upamecano. He's had a wonderful Euros, in my opinion. They still have a major chance of winning it. You know, get rid of him. I'm sure you can get money for him. Like, yes, if you keep him, it might boost it a bit, but we've seen what he's done. You know, he didn't have the best season. You know, he seems to play better for the Champs than he does for Bayern Munich. So I agree with you without a doubt. The defense is very poor. I agree.
Yeah,
Big up, Gil. How you doing? The fixtures are all right. Leverkusen fixtures are class. Yeah. I'm with you.
What's Fremi? I don't get it. Wait, what's Fremi? Fremi. They need Fremi. So
I have no clue. Bayern are cooking in this transfer window. Yeah, no, I agree. Right, now let's go back to the top and let's read just all of the comments. Nico Williams to Barcelona, very close. Doesn't surprise me.
yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not shocked on that one. De Ligt to Manchester United, almost done. Unfortunately, yes.
Apparently PSG in the conversation, but he still wants Man United.
See, the problem is, right, and I mean this with no disrespect, you will know personally, Ahmad, how much I want to keep De Ligt, just like you do, and the rest of the Bayern fans. But I'm sorry, if you go to Manchester United,
Your face finished.
a fucking idiot. Like, without a doubt. I hate PSG. I cannot stand PSG. But PSG will always be in the Champions League. Maybe he's seeing it as a Premier League move. Maybe he's seeing it as the great Manchester United. But Varane's seen it as the great Manchester United. And he did fuck all for them. So I don't really understand. I don't get it. But whatever. It is what it is. We'll have to see. Let's carry on. Seriously, I was shocked when the company was appointed. Also, Yuri Hannes, I don't like this old man. He talks too much. Nah, he's a legend of the club, man. I think he deserves to talk, to be honest with you. You know, and I think, as obviously, I know that you're obviously a Real Madrid fan, but a lot of fans don't understand. You know, I'm 100% on the side of Yuri Hannes got it wrong with Toni Kroos. I really do believe that. But like, if you knew your history, and I'm not glazing you, bro, like as a Bayern fan in general, if you knew your history and you knew what Yuri Hannes did for us as player and as a man in general, you know, this guy, you know, when FC Hollywood was a thing, this guy wasn't playing anymore. This guy was a higher up. You know, I mean, he got us back to the glory days. So there was a stint where the whole FC Hollywood and Matthijs and everything like that, shit hit the fan, and he was the guy that, you know, got us back to the top. So I've always got respect to him, without a doubt. He's a legend of the football club as a whole. And then, you know, just to top it off, you know, he played for us and was amazing. So yeah, no, I agree with you in some sense. Sometimes he does need to shut up, and sometimes he talks too much. But yeah, no, he's an absolute icon of our club, and a legend for getting us back to where we were.
Fact.
I'll be honest, De Ligt can't handle the physicality of the Bundesliga and gets injured. Man United can have him. I can see that. I think the problem with the whole De Ligt situation, though, is the fact that we just know what quality defender he is. And obviously, I said it in the video that Ahmad was in and YouTube's were in. You know, this whole De Ligt situation and saga in itself, it just, number one, it is what it is. And number two, at the end of the day, the way I see it, is they are basically they're getting rid of a defender that they can get big wages off the wage bill. They can get a big fee, and then they get rid of the injuries. Then you bring in Tar, who doesn't get injured, won't want much money, won't cost much. So it's profit in the fact of when you actually deep it as a businessman. I'm definitely not a businessman, but as when you think of business and not quality player and so on, it is a really good deal. It really is when you deep it. But the problem is, us Bayern fans, Ahmad, me, you guys, we know how good de Ligt is. So it's like you're getting rid of de Ligt, who can be 100% of one of the best defenders in the world, for someone that isn't going to be one of the best defenders in the world. So it's
yeah, exactly. That's my concern, bro. Yeah. My concern is this guy's ceiling for me is so high, it's ridiculous. Like we're talking, he could be in conversations of like one of the greats if he stayed fit. I don't care. I'm. It's not even me trying to be shameless. This is how I generally feel. I actually think this guy could be one of the best defenders out there. The problem is our board are too concerned with lowering wage bills, and part of them doing that is looking how much de Ligt is earning and looking at his injury record in only last season, right? Because they're afraid that's going to continue moving on to this season. That's their worry. For me, though, listen, you already mentioned it. I'm going to mention it again for you. Upamecano, why is he not being mentioned? Isn't this guy interested in a Premier League move?
Yes.
Send him to the Premier. Yeah, exactly. Send him to the Premier League. Tawakkal Allah. Ma'asalama. Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you for at least, trying your best for contributing into this team. There were moments where you done pretty well, but there were moments where you also cost us trophies. All right? So bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And keep de Ligt. And if you want to get Ta in replacement of Upamecano. But they just look at it as a wage thing. So listen, I've come to terms to accept that it's going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, if I just say, I don't accept it, what am I going to change? Nothing. I'm not going to change anything, But at the end of the day, I'm not happy that it's happening. I'll be really honest with you. This guy should be staying. And the fact that he's being sold for 50 million package deal, that's disgraceful. You should be worth around 70 to 80 M's. But again, I guess they're looking at injury record again. But even then, that alone, if it wasn't for injury record, then he would be worth more than 80 mil. It's not being serious.
Yeah.
So, again, typical board selling for cheap.
Yeah, I won't lie. I am very, very, very surprised in the fact that they are looking to get rid of him for this price. I don't really care about his injuries, to be honest with you. The fact that Bayern Munich are taking a loss doesn't sit well with me, I won't lie. I don't like the fact that we're taking a loss on what we bought him for. But I think they just want rid of him. And I can understand, obviously, from what I just said, why they would want rid of him. It makes perfect sense from a business stance. But it's an interesting one without a doubt. It definitely is an interesting one. Let's carry on with the going through these. What's it call it though? This schedule. So it's going to be interesting. We've already had a comment straight away saying that we're going to get smashed, whatever word you want to use, in the first game. I don't think we'll lose in the first game.
No, I think we'll.
They're not as good as they once were. Wolfsburg, when they had Kevin De Bruyne and so on. They were a bad boy club then. Not right now, to be honest with you. So. I don't really see anything in it, to be honest with you. They've got some hard games themselves. So they've obviously got Bayern Munich. Then they've got Hustin Kalev, or how you say it.
I struggle to say that as well.
Yeah. Then they've got Frankfurt, Leverkusen, Stuttgart, all in a row as well. So they've been stiffed in that. So, they're obviously going to be up for it. Their squad, we obviously beat them on the 12th of May. We beat them 2-0. You know what I mean? And I think the problem is this was a shit Bayern. The young lad scored as I can't say his name, but I think it's like Zvonarek.
Zvonarek, I do remember. Yes,
And Leon
Zvonarek.
scored. Like the fact that those two are playing with the lineup as well. You know, we had literally one of our worst teams playing. We had Neuer in goal, Kimmich right back, two centre backs, Kimmich and Mancano with Davies left back, Pavlovic and Goretzka, Zunarek, Muller and Zaragoza with Matthias Tal up top. No Harry Kane, no Leroy Sané, no Musiala. Like most of our better players, if you want to say, weren't even playing. You know, De Ligt wasn't there, Dyer wasn't there. Like, and we still.
It was after the Madrid game. That's why it was after the Madrid game, and everyone was knackered and all. And nobody gave a damn.
And also, last season they finished 12th. Like they did not have a good season whatsoever. 10 wins, 7 draws, 17 losses. They scored 41 goals and they conceded 56 with a minus 15 goal difference. Like realistically, that's not good enough for them. It's not. I know that Bayern got third and you can shit on us and that's fine. I'm all for that. But Bayern Munich scored 94 goals. You know, I'm not scared to go against them. I'm really not. I think till we get to the Leverkusen game, they should be all wins. And again, we're not idiots, football fans. You know, understand that there could be a banana skin in there without a doubt. You know, that new team that come in, they're going to be up for it. You know, this is their time in the Bundesliga, and they're going against the best that's ever been in the Bundesliga. So it's going to be interesting without a doubt. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have much to say, to be honest with you. I'm cool, calm, and collective. Normally, you guys will know if you've been on the channel for a while. This season just gone. It's been a stressful one, without a doubt. For just having Tuchel as the manager, the games, the way we play, and all of that. I'm excited to see the way Company's going to play. Obviously, shit hit the fan. We didn't win anything. I can actually go to the screen. We didn't win anything. Literally won nothing. So they have to go and do it now. Ubel has 200 million to spend. We've got Joshua Kimmich to get rid of if he's going to go. De Ligt, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm optimistic and I'm excited for this new Bayern season, if you want to say. Not necessarily a new Bundesliga season because I don't actually care about any of the other clubs, to be honest with you. But yeah, the new season going forward, I'm excited for. The deal with Olise coming in, that's good. The Pelini one is generally, even if we get Xavi Simons, I'm going to be hyped for getting Xavi Simons. But that Pelini deal, mate, that is like gold. Absolute gold, because just in general, we've been looking for a DM for how long? If you're going to be 100% realistic, Bayern Munich haven't had a DM since Xavi Martinez left.
Wow.
And I actually just called him Xavi Martinez. Martinez. I apologize, legend. I apologize. But yeah, think of actually deep that. That's mad. That's nuts. So yeah, I'm excited. Any final words, bro?
No, I think we summed everything and more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go, my people. Smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, check out the Kane pack and play. I seen this guy next to me. He's being shameless, commenting on my video. We're definitely gonna have to slap Ahmad up in that series, or get slapped.
Hey, it's true though. It's not a lie though. It is true.
But yeah, smash the thumbs up, comment, subscribe. This guy's being shameless. Smash the thumbs up and all of that good stuff. And until then, yes, I'm me and my people. Peace out. This guy, man.